Experimental precautions. When placing the compass, we have to aim the north of the compass at the north of the direction sheet. After we're done, a lot of people usually forget to adjust the direction to the real north. The real north means the north that the compass points to. Now the compass faces toward this direction. Then we slowly adjust the whole direction sheet toward the north. Students usually just turn the compass, adjust the compass to the right direction. But students may forget to adjust the direction sheet. If this situation happens frequently, the teacher can ask students to adjust the direction of the compass and the sheet northward. Then we use tape to stick the compass onto the direction sheet. Just stick it. In this way, students will not have problems. When turning the compass, the direction sheet will be moved together. When choosing the cotton thread, we have to pick a thinner one. If we pick a thicker cotton thread, it will get stuck when doing the experiment. It will not hang down as the thinner cotton thread does. The thicker cotton thread cannot hang down smoothly. When putting the cotton thread through the straw, we find that the thread gets split. 1 becomes 3. We can ask students to spin the thread and make it 1 thread. Once it is done, save a bit of the thread at the tip. Then put it into the straw from the side. This way we can put the cotton thread through it. After putting it through, we have to pull the thread coming out from the other side tight, or it will come off from the side. Just pull it tight. Teacher in class can demonstrate high, low, and medium airflow with the fan. Let us try low airflow first. We can see that the paper was fluttered but did not get beyond the middle line. Then we turn it to high. We can see that the paper strip's fluttering has gotten higher than the marked line in the middle. If teachers want to make students understand the direction of wind, they can use the wind from an electric fan to tell students at which direction the wind is. Self-made air cannon precautions. Make sure the sticking is tight, or the balloon may easily come off when we pull. When we fire, the air exit. This is the funnel. The tip of the funnel should not be aimed at other people, just to be safe. When we use the bottle as the barrel of the cannon, we have to cut the bottle first. We will be using a cutter. You can ask adults to help you. Once cut, we can see the edges are really sharp. Try and prevent the children from touching here. It can cut their hands easily. Please be safe. The length of the plastic tube of the front part of the dropper rocket is about 2.5 cm. Because this part at the tip of the siren is about 1 cm, plus this 0.5 cm, when we put it on, it will not be affected as easily. The flight of the dropper rocket. If the plastic tube is too short, it can only be at this position. It cannot be properly put on. It'll leak air easily. If it is too long, when we put it on, the tube is here. With the tube being so long, when it gets put on, it will affect the flight of the rocket. So the length of the plastic tube has to be just right. So we decided on 2.5 cm. For the part of the dropper, its diameter has to be just right to be put onto the hub of the syringe to prevent leakage. Like this, we have used tape to increase its girth. When we put it in, it is just right. It'll make it less likely to leak. If it is like this with no added girth from the tape, we can see that it will fall out when we put it on. So, it'll leak. Let us look at this. Once it is on, it will not come off. It's just right, so we can use tape to make it tighter. Increase the girth to make it less likely to leak. If students make the tip too thick with the tape, although it can be attached and launched, but once launched, the tape will stay on the dropper rocket. When we try to launch the next time, it will not fit, and obviously cannot be launched, so please be mindful when wrapping the tape. When we launch the rocket, we have to insert the dropper rocket into the tip of the syringe's hub. If it is pulled at the time, it cannot be launched. This is because you have sucked the air inside into the syringe. When launching, pull the plunger out first. Only load the rocket once it has been pulled, then launch once it is loaded. When pulling the plunger, the distance can be a bit further. If the distance pulled is shorter like this, it may fail to launch. If we pull a bit further, pull until the last mark at the very back, pull it further. We can push it down hard. It can be launched like this. When playing with the dropper rocket, never launch at people, just to be safe.